pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Osling. Osling here. Pittman. Here. Pittman here. Johnson. Johnson absent. Frausto. Here. Frausto here. Thompson.
Here.
Thompson here. Johansson. Here. Johansson here. Hawley. Here. Hawley here. Poulos. Poulos absent. Vieta.
Here.
Vieta here. Bellato.
Here.
Bellato here. Rita. Rita absent. Donahue. Here. Donahue here. Carr.
Here.
Carr here. Slattery.
Here.
Slattery here. 11 present, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. We'll move on to the presentation of general proceedings. I need a motion to approve the city council minutes for the date of December the 8th, 2015. December the 8th, 2015. Got a motion by Alderman Pittman, second by Alderman Slattery. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Thompson.
Aye.
Thompson, aye. Johansson.
Aye.
Johansson, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Donahue.
Aye.
Donahue, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Slattery.
Aye.
Slattery, aye. 11 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Council?
Good evening. The Mayor and City Council welcome you as observers to this public meeting. You are reminded that this meeting is for the deliberations of the Mayor and Council regarding city business and governance. If you intend to speak, please limit your comments to this evening's business. Once recognized by the Mayor, please approach the podium, announce your name and address, and direct your comments to the Mayor and Council. If your comments require a response, they may be forwarded to the appropriate person for follow-up.
Thank you very much, Council. Anyone? Mr. Stevo, anything? Happy New Year.
Well, since you asked, Mayor, thank you. Happy New Year to all. Happy New Year, Mayor. It's been 35 days since our last council meeting. I'd like to know actually how many aldermen have in their possession a copy of the accounts payable, all our bills for the city, and also for the payroll. Do they have that in their possession?
Should have it. Council did.
Print it out?
Yeah, I don't know, but you should have it when I have access to it.
The reason I'm asking, I'd just like to make sure they understand what they're voting on. Just want to make sure they have a copy of that.
All right, thank you.
Because it takes a while before it's posted on the website for us to see. Can the city start again placing the journal proceedings, the minutes, and the information back on the website? Currently, you're just doing the agenda without the minutes.
We'll look into it.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you very much.
I'm respectfully requesting to be placed on the Judiciary Committee's agenda for the January meeting, Alderman Frausto. What will your date be for that January meeting?
Our next meeting is next Tuesday, January 19th at 7 p.m. here in the East Annex.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year. Anyone else? If not, I'll come down. Could I have Mr. Jeremy Rhodes meet me by the podium? Again, it's an honor to open the year to be here all amongst you. Again, we have our deputy chief, director, and our professional photographer and Ms. Carr, also chairman of the Public Health and Safety Committee. And we're here to swear in our newly hired officer. And you're going to repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jeremy Rhodes,
Having been hired
having been hired
to the office
to the office
of police officer
of police officer
in the city of Blue Island,
in the city of Blue Island,
county of Cook,
county of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of police officer
of police officer
of the City of Blue Island
of the City of Blue Island
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do a quick photo. Why don't you step around here? And when we all get in here. Let me do this. There we go. Set. Thank you very much. Congratulations again. Thank you. Before we have Commander Sis give his presentation on passport parking, I want to take this opportunity. We received a letter back in December the 3rd, 2015. That's the date that the letter was written, but we didn't receive it until some days after that, where we were recognized as a STAR community. Again, that's because of our commitment to sustainability and our emphasis on data-driven process to measure performance. Again, we received this award in previous years. There's a ranking from 0 all the way to 5. We're at number 3, and we continue every year to try to improve. This is a certificate that we received, and I'll be more than happy. It's where it says the following. It says STAR Community Rating. So there are 3 stars, Blue Island, Illinois. STAR Communities recognizes the City of Blue Island for promoting a healthy environment, a strong economy, and well-being for all residents now and for future generations. And again, it's dated December 2015. And again, it's presented to myself, the mayor, the new referee from the City of Blue Island. Again, congratulations to everyone, all of us, as residents, as elected officials, for this accomplishment. And again, we will continue striving to get to 5 stars within the next couple of years. And again, I want to thank everyone for showing up. It was very cold. For the ball drop on New Year's Eve, all of you who were there know who was there. It was something very exciting because we had a marriage proposal there, done 5 minutes before the actual ceremony of dropping the ball. So again, that was a first, and who knows, maybe that'll be some tradition that'll be starting from there on, but that happened in 2015, which led on to 2016. Now I have the privilege and the honor to introduce Commander Sis. He's going to give a presentation to all of you regarding passport parking. Commander Sis?
Thank you, Mayor, Alderman, elected officials. Well, passport parking has finally arrived. We've been working on this for a while. And as you can see, it's a technology partnership. That's the exciting thing about passport parking, is that it is going to offer us some technology and some real benefits. What we're rolling out right now, and actually as of this coming Monday, is the first of 3 phases with passport parking. That'll be the mobile ticketing phase, which is basically our metro parking lots. Passport parking is going to provide a huge convenience factor for our commuters. It's going to allow them to pay very easily for their parking and reduce the number of steps to do so. I'm going to go through a few different parts of passport, and then an actual representative of passport parking is going to quickly go through and give a demonstration of how a commuter can actually go on their cell phone and sign up for passport. Cover briefly, I just mentioned there'll be 3 phases of passport. The first being mobile payments, the second being citation management, which will be our actual issuing of parking tickets. The third being digital permits, which is going to be our overnight parking solution, wherein residents will be able to obtain passes for visitors parking on the city streets and overnight parking. Those are both to come later, the citation management and digital permits. Tonight we'll be talking about mobile payments, which is the metro parking lots. As an overview, passport parking as a company serves communities nationwide, literally millions of users served. already, 48 states and provinces, 200 plus clients, 120 of which are like us, municipal clients. On a local level, these are some of the communities that currently serve. Chicago being the biggest, but a lot of our commuters will already be familiar with Passport because of the fact that it's used pretty widely. So why use Passport, and more importantly, why use mobile pay? The important thing about Passport is that there's no hardware involved. So with the 8-degree temperatures we've had yesterday and today, I'm sure you've all been to the gas station where you slide your card in, and in the frigid temperatures, those machines stop working sometimes, or they break down, so on and so forth. There will never be a machine at our Metro lots where you have to slide a card into it. Okay? What will be at our Metro lots? This is an example of the signage that'll go Monday morning. There's a sign such as this one. It gives instructions on how to sign up for Passport parking, how to use it. Most importantly, it gives a zone number at the bottom. When the commuter enters that zone number, it's going to show that they're in a blind parking lot. It's going to ask them what space they're parked in. They'll enter the space, and they'll very quickly pay for their parking, and they'll be set for the day. Okay, so that's the bottom. Provide a credit card option with no hardware updates. That's what that's referring to. We're never going to have to replace hardware. We're never going to have to upgrade hardware. All the technology upgrades will happen on the Passport end and will be forwarded to us. We're reducing fraud. We're going to be able to crack down on enforcing our Metro parking and making sure that everybody's paying, not just some. And we're going to be able to do it more efficiently than we can now. It's going to be very easy for an officer to pull into a lot, pull up a screen, and see quickly what spots have paid and what haven't. Okay? It's going to eliminate the need for a commuter to go into their purse or their wallet and pull out money. It's going to be a safety factor. And that they can now quickly walk to the platform, the well-lit platform from their car, enter the train, they can actually pay for their parking after they've entered the train. Okay? Payment methods. Any kind of credit card, PayPal, there'll be discount coupons and promotions that we as a city will be able to run. Those will all be accepted. And these are the ways that you can pay. Most individuals now have a smartphone. They'll be able to use an app to pay. You can go on the web to pay. For those that don't have a smartphone or don't wish to pay that way, there was a phone number on the sign that I showed you. It's a local phone number. They simply dial that phone number and they can make the payment by phone. And then you can also use text message. This briefly describes how you'll sign up for the mobile app. I'm going to let Alex run through that shortly, so I don't need to get too in-depth with that. But that briefly shows that you can do it through Facebook, an email, with a phone number, a couple steps, and you're signed up for Passport parking. A few extra advantages for Passport. You can extend your parking remotely. If you're going to be staying downtown for a few days, you could leave your car in the lot and actually pay for Passport for an extra day. There will be optional reminders that are available. You don't have to have those reminders turned on, however, they will be optional if you want a reminder as to when your parking is about to expire. The commuters can actually check and look at reports on how much parking they've used and so on and so forth, and even fix errors if they entered a wrong spot or something of that nature. They can actually fix that in the app. And one nice thing also for our merchants will be that they'll have the opportunity to provide coupons to customers. For instance, if you come have lunch at my business, I'll pay for your parking for a day. Merchants will be able to set up an account with Passport and then receive merchant coupons that they can hand out to customers to encourage patronage. Passport offers 24-hour customer service and technical support. That will always be available. And this is Alex. She is the rep that has helped us through this process. I'm going to change screens here, and she's going to take over and show us very quickly. Okay. Alex, I'm sorry, I'm turning you on right now. Alex, are you there?
I Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, Kevin, thank you so much for that introduction and Health and Passport. And thank you all for allowing me to join you this evening. So what I'm going to be showing you here tonight is how to register and pay for a passport parking session. So since I already do have an account set up, unfortunately I'll not be able to show you the registration process, but the first time that you go and download the passport app, you can download it either from the Google Play Store if you have an Android, or you would download it from the iTunes Store if you have an Apple device. It's free to download, and the initial registration process takes about 1.5 minutes. We're only going to ask you for a few pieces of information. We use something called progressive profiling. So we are going to ask you for either a phone number or an email address. Second, we are going to ask you to create a 4-digit PIN number, and that is for security reasons. So you'll enter that 4-digit PIN number in each time you go into your account. And then finally, we will ask you for payment information. You only have to enter that in one time, and it will be stored securely in your account. So following that initial registration, this is what it's going to look like when you open up your application on your phone. And this is actually my iPhone that I'm using. So you can see here, it's going to first ask me for my 4-digit PIN number. If for some reason you forget your 4-digit PIN number, you can click this reset PIN button, and you can answer a series of security questions to reset it on your own, or you can contact Passport. We have 24/7 customer support, and we'd be happy to reset that for you. So I'm going to enter in my 4-digit PIN number here. Click sign in. Oh, I actually have an active session, so let me go back. So the first screen you see would be enter your zone number. And as Kevin mentioned earlier, that zone number would be clearly displayed on the signage throughout the metro lot. So whichever lot you're parked in, you would enter that corresponding zone number into this screen. So for example purposes, I am going to use zone 100, which is a space-based zone. And the great thing too, to make it even easier, is that it's going to save your recent zones. So if you're parking in the same lot every day, you can just simply click your most recent zone. So I'm going to click zone 100. My next screen will be enter your space number. So I'm going to enter in whichever space I'm parking in. Let's do space 3. The next screen would be length of stay. So in this case, there is going to be a daily option. So that would be, $10, and that would be for a 24-hour period. So I would click, daily parking, and then the final screen would be my payment method screen. So we do offer a few options, and Kevin touched on this, but the first would be credit or debit card. So that would pull funds from whichever card you have on file. You can store multiple cards on file, and then it would ask you to select which card you want to use for that particular session. We do offer PayPal as an option. If you have a PayPal account set up, you can link that to your Passport app. The third option would be validation. So this would be if local merchants were handing out coupon codes, you could go ahead and enter that validation code in, and that may validate your entire parking session or just a couple dollars off. And finally, what I wanted to touch on here in a little more detail is this wallet option. So this is a really awesome feature, and what it is essentially a prepaid account. So very similar to a Starbucks card, for example. Every time you go to Starbucks, if you upload $20 to your Starbucks account, it's going to deduct those funds each time you buy a coffee. So this works very similarly, and you don't have to then go and select your credit card every time. It's just going to simply pull funds from those from those funds that you already have. And the city will be able to offer different promotions and incentives, to use that. So it's going to be a big benefit to you. So in this example, I am going to select credit or debit card. You can see I have 2 cards on file. So I am going to select this Visa, and then I'll see a confirmation screen. So this is going to ensure that if I made a mistake, I entered in the wrong space number, I can then go back and edit that information. I'm going to click yes. And then I will see my active session screen. So you can see this is in real time, and if I am at work, I want to see exactly how much time I have left. I can open up this app and see a real-time countdown of exactly how much time I have left in my parking session. A few additional features that I wanted to touch on quickly. In the side panel here, there are a lot of very helpful features. I can look at my parker history, so I can view all my previous parking sessions, send myself a receipt, print a receipt. I can also find parking in the area, so I'll be able to see all the locations where I'm able to use Passport. And even if you're going to a different location in Illinois, or you're that has Passport available, you will be able to use that same app in all of those locations. And then coming down here, this is where you can edit payment information. You can view any promotions or incentives that are occurring with your wallet, or you can click into that and you'll be able to see your wallet balance at any given time. Down here, this is where you'll be able to contact Passport directly, or you'll be able to get assistance if you're having any issues, you have any questions about how to use the app. We're always here to help you. So that's pretty much all I had on my end.
Thank you, Alex. Could I ask you to do one thing very quickly? Could you go back and
Yes, absolutely.
could you enter zone 1401? I just want to show them what it will look like for Blue Island. Because in Blue Island, there actually won't be.
Okay.
You're not going to be given the option as to how much time you want. Our metro parking will be for a day. So if you enter zone 1401.
Right, so it'll say the daily parking option.
And then spot 1 or 2. Oh, if you go back.
Okay.
If you go back 1. Okay, you can see there, it says Vermont Street Station Lot. So it shows you what lot you're at. As soon as you enter that zone, it pops up with the lot you're at. Okay, and then our zones are 1401 through 1407. So whatever lot you're at, it'll pop up there. You'll enter the space number, and then it'll go through and you'll see the receipt for the $1.25 for the parking, or the $1 if you're in the discount line. Okay, that's all I want to do. Thank you, Alex. Before I let you go, Alderman or Mayor, do you have any questions of Alex?
Open up to the Alderman. Any questions for Commander Sis or the young lady? No?
I just have a question for Commander Sis.
Yes.
Just a quick question. You said this is rolling out next Monday?
Correct.
Okay. The only question I had is there going to be some buffer time between the new rollout and our current manual pay system, so people, get a chance to, okay, we have a new system here. I'm going to need a day or two to, register and get acclimated to this new system.
That's a good question. Thank you, Alderman. And absolutely, there will be. Actually, you will be able to purchase tokens, which is our current system, through February 1st.
Okay.
The tokens will be able to be used until the end of March. So through March 31st, you can use any tokens you have now. We'll stop selling them February 1st. They'll be available for use through March 31st.
So there's gonna be a 2-month period for the police department to kind of juggle both systems?
Correct. And to buffer it for our commuters so that they have the time to transition and get a handle on this.
Thank you.
No problem.
Alderman Pollock, you have a question?
It was similar.
That was it. Anybody else? Alderman, go
Not
ahead.
really a question, just want to make a statement that even though we're upgrading our technology, there's no cost to the user, additional cost to the user than there is today. So this is a nice new technology that the user and the parker is not going to have to pay an exorbitant amount to cover this cost. The city's covering it, and it's still going to be $1.25 to park in our lots. So just want to make that clear for the aldermen and people at home and the audience.
Yes, thank you. Alderman.
Go ahead.
Anyone else?
From the Alderman? Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Ma'am, there's no public comment. Unless I can address it after the meeting. Thank you. Anything else? Bids?
No bids, Your Honor.
City clerk's business?
No other business, Your Honor.
City treasurer?
As the Alderman should have received in the package for November, financial statement, and December. We have motion, except November and December.
We have a motion by Alderman Donahue. We have a second by Alderman Carr. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Thompson.
Aye.
Thompson, aye. Johansson.
Aye.
Johansson, aye. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Donahue.
Aye.
Donahue, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Slattery.
Aye.
Slattery, aye. 11 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Anything else?
That's it, Your Honor.
Thank you. City attorney, on business?
Nothing from here.
All right, committee reports, Community Development Committee.
Yes, Your Honor, I am reading the minutes from our meeting on November 16, 2015. The meeting was called to order at 7:03 p.m. Present were Alderman Hawley, Bellato, Carr, Osling, Frausto, and Johansson. Absent were Alderman Rita and Pittman. Also present was Jason Berry and Director Huff. There was no public comment. Under old business, Alderman Carr moved to approve the minutes, and Alderman Osling seconded. All in favor, motion passed. New business, Jason Berry presented the building and planning report for October. Revenues for the month was $43,473. Total revenues for the 10-month period ending October 31st is $396,135.21. Amounts are down about $20,000 year-to-date from last year. There were a total of 240 violations brought to Housing Court in October, with total fines issued of $137,025. Alderman Hawley asked about collections on the fines issued. He asked for a line of fines collected to be added to the report. It was noted that there was no leaf disposal notices issued in October, and they should start doing that if they haven't yet, since leaf pickup ends on November 30th. On the Jewel property, they had put up barricades so people won't park there. They're starting with remediation first. They are digging up the contaminated soil and replacing it with clean fill. They'll then start demolition after that, which most people have noticed its demolition is done and it's pretty much gone. They're just going to clean up now. Under the recreation report, Mr. Jackson was not there. Director Huff reported that the rooftop units have been installed and they are ready to start working on the roof. There's some extra work that needed to be done. There were discussions about what type of events would be allowed at the rec center. There's been discussion about not having parties in the gym where food and drink would be brought into the gym. They can use the room in the facility, but no tables, food, or drink in the gym. If they want to have an open gym with a party, they can rent that separately, but no food and drink. There really is no kitchen there. Consensus that alcohol should not be allowed. It was suggested that staff work up a rental agreement to present to the committee for feedback. We should try to have something at the January meeting. Alderman Bellato suggested going with a security deposit with strict requirements for return of the deposit. He also suggested putting up a pavilion for outdoor events and use. Sean Halloran was on vacation and no report was received. Sean Terry forwarded his business license report. Approved business licenses in October include Jokabath Jewelry at 12606 Western. They're moving from 12356 Western to 12606. Fruit and Bios Inc., 12255, has been approved to open as an existing business under new ownership. They're going to continue operation of a wire funds and money transaction business under new ownership and store name. There were a number of new business applications. One Magnum Insurance Agency at 12962 Ashland, Unit C. Sunrisa Family Dental, 130 Maple Avenue. Anna's Bridal Boutique, 2357 York Street. Latin Rhythm Lounge was seeking approval for a change of ownership. There was much discussion on who should get a business license and what materials should be asked for at the time of application. That will be revisited at a later date. There was also a synopsis of code enforcement issues presented. Mr. Berry reported the payment received in November for August was just over $53,770. Robinson Engineering will be evaluating the RFPs we received. They will not be filing a proposal. We got one proposal for landscaping and snow removal, but it was high enough that it needed to go out to bid. There was also a streetscape RFP. The idea is that they would put together a plan and then come and talk to the committees about design ideas and come up with costs. Probably nothing is going to get started until January at the earliest. Mr. Berry has been asked to hold off on the ad hoc committee meeting until there's consensus about what the money will be spent on, and there'll be he will be giving an update at the mayor's lunch. Alderman concerns the Walgreens property. There's no movement on that. Bill Shiner is not interested in doing improvements to the building. He wants to get 30 years out of the building. The delinquent properties are in process, but it's a longer process and will take another year or so before they become owned by the city. Vermont Street, there is nothing going on at this point. There was an offer to purchase, but it was rejected. The Western Avenue Bridge rehab is on track. There's no specific start date, but there's been some communication about plans. They're planning bike lanes in both directions. Phase 1 report was completed in 2012. The city is going to request they come out and reevaluate since it's deteriorated significantly since that time. Alderman Bellato says again to make sure we address parking underneath for Old Western Avenue. Starting in January, the Community Development Committee will meet on the second Wednesdays of each month. There being no further business, it was moved by Alderman Frausto and seconded by Alderman Osling to adjourn. Motion passed and the meeting was adjourned at 8:35 p.m. Our next meeting at that point was Thursday, December 17th. Our next meeting now is tomorrow evening, January 13th at 7 p.m. in City Council chambers.
Thank you very much, Alderman. Anything else?
Nope.
Finance Committee, any report?
Thank you, Your Honor. I have two items for your attention, for the committee's attention. First is a motion for approval of payroll for November 20th, 2015 for $336,000 or $336,494.19, and then again on December 4th, 2015 for $361,359.56.
So we have a motion. Do we have a second by Alderman Hawley? Any questions? Roll call, please.
Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Thompson.
Aye.
Thompson, aye. Johansson.
Aye.
Johansson, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Donahue.
Aye.
Donahue, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Slattery.
Aye.
Slattery, aye. 11 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
And then one more item is I have a motion for approval of the accounts payable for December 11th, 2015 for $509,621.09.
I have a motion. Do we have a second by Alderman Osling? Any questions? Roll call, please.
Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Thompson.
Aye.
Thompson, aye. Johansson.
Aye.
Johansson, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Donahue.
Aye.
Donahue, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Slattery.
Aye.
Slattery, aye. 11 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Anything else?
Our next meeting is this Thursday here in the East Annex at 5:30 p.m.
Thank you very much. Public Health and Safety Committee?
Yes, Your Honor. These are the meetings from the minutes from the meeting of November the 10th. Present were Chief James Klinker, Deputy Chief Michael Cornell, Supervisor Jim McGeever, Alderman Nancy Thompson, Alderman James Johansson, and myself. Director John Rito was called Meeting, absent were Alderman George Poulos, Alderman Dexter Johnson, and Don Marchbanks. Mr. Alan Selo was present as a citizen. The meeting was called to order at 6:03. Approval of the previous meeting's minutes, motion by Alderman Johansson, second by Alderman Thompson. All in favor, motion carried. Under the fire department report, the fire department had 302 calls in October, 211 were EMS calls, 181 patients were transported, 181 patients were treated, 166 patients were transported, 44 patients refused transport. Fire department responded to 25 general fire alarms and 16 minor fire alarms. They responded to 35 auto aid calls. They had 13 calls to man the station. They received 2 mutual aid response calls. Average response time was 5.6 minutes. Medical reimbursement services for October was $38,034.33. Fire recovery paid $396 in October. False fire alarm fees collected in October was $0. During the month of October, the fire department was called out on 1 rollover accident, 2 structure fires, 1 dryer fire, 2 stove fires, and 1 car fire. Under general, the fire department accepted delivery of a new ambulance from Foster Coach on October 29, 2015. The annual stretcher inspection and maintenance was completed by MSAR. The 3rd shift rebuilt the boat trailer for Marine 2. The annual grade school tours of the firehouse started. Annual hose testing was completed, and this is already completed, but Civil Service Commission was offering a test for the firefighter position. Under maintenance, ambulance 2162 needed 3 new batteries for $335.85. Engine 2123 needed 2 passenger side rear tires for $742. Marine 2 boat trailer, 2 new tires, $180. Brackets, boards, etc., $133.14. Under fire prevention, Lieutenant Olson inspected 5 fire alarm systems, 1 sprinkler system, 16 annual inspections, 5 special inspections, and 8 license inspections during the month of October. The training division has completed 570.19 hours of training in the month of October. We had a fire lane proposal. Chief Clinker presented a proposal to change the frontage road by Great Northern Lumber into a fire lane. There was a motion to approve and pass on to the Judiciary Committee by Alderman Johansson, second by Alderman Thompson. All in favor, motion carried. Under Police Department, the Police Department answered 2,899 calls, including 943 business premise checks, 170 were liquor establishment checks. There was 112 alarm calls, all unfounded, 4 armed robberies, 1 unfounded, 1 robbery, 8 residential burglaries, 2 unfounded, 9 shots fired, 7 unfounded, 93 domestic disputes, 322 traffic stops. Deputy Chief Cornell commended the day shift and the detective division for their work in solving and apprehending the offenders involved in the armed robberies. Total money collected for the month of August was $36,605.12. They patrolled 19,859 miles. Under liquor establishment calls, there were 6 fight calls, 3 subject removals, 3 disturbance calls, and 2 domestic disturbance calls in October. Under training, part-time officer, I hope I say this right, A.J. Abdelhamid is field training on a day shift with Corporal King. Part-time officer Kevin Jones began field training with Officer Strazo on the midnight shift. The community policing unit has assisted probationary recruit Jeremy Rhodes with implementation into the academy, which is way past tense because he's now an officer. Under community policing, the community policing unit responded to several calls regarding hospitalized seniors who needed assistance from family members. They were requested to assist per middle school with a juvenile that had missed 18 days of school. Officers responded to the location and discovered the juvenile at home. Juvenile was transported back to school. The community policing unit assisted the building department with an aggressive campaign to enforce all applicable building codes. They were currently working in the 7th Ward. They issued 143 citations in the month of October. Overall, a total of $137,025 in fines was issued. Under 911, in October, the 911 center answered a total of 9,021 calls. 3 dispatchers are currently in training. Commander Sisk is working with Supervisor McGeever on a 911 center manual. There is no report from BEMA. Under monthly health and sanitation, 26 health and sanitation inspections were done. Several businesses that may be operating illegally within the city are being monitored. Under Alderman concerns, the convenience store by Blue Station Apartments has opened. Alderman Johansson requested that the health inspector keep an eye on this new establishment. Alderman Thompson requested that traffic on Longwood be monitored. The meeting was adjourned at 6:27. Our next regular meeting will be February 9th at 6 p.m. in the East Annex.
Thank you very much, Alderman. Thank you. Municipal Services Committee.
Thank you, Your Honor. I just wanted to give a quick update on the Western Avenue Bridge project. So in construction, there's 3 phases. There's the planning stage, engineering phase, and the construction phase. Currently, we're in phase 2. With phase 3, construction expected to start fall of 2016. This is an IDOT project. The state of Illinois owns the bridge, so they're doing the engineering, the letting, the bidding. So if there's any thoughts on priority, any issues, please bring it up with Governor Rauner, Attorney General Lisa Madigan, because the state of Illinois is taking responsibility because they own the bridge. So what they're going to be doing is replacement of the superstructure of the bridge. They'll be removing piers 2 through 8 and abutment 1. For people who don't know, piers are they're like the legs or the upright supports. And the abutment is where the bridge ends. On the north end's an abutment, on the south end's an abutment. So those will be replaced. There'll be construction of a new abutment on the south side and 4 new piers. Repair of existing abutment 15, pier 9 through 14. Removal and replacement of south approach slab. This is going to be constructed in stages. First is going to be the pre-stage, which they're going to remove the median. Then stage 1 is they're going to construct the southbound lanes with traffic on the northbound lanes. So instead of being 4 lanes of traffic going both lanes, there'll be 2 lanes of traffic with 1 going each lane on the northbound side. When they finish that side, the traffic's going to be moved onto the newly constructed southbound pavement with same maintenance of traffic, 2 lanes, 1 in each direction. It's only going to take about a year to do. Will be completed in fall of 2017. This is going to create 159 jobs, and the estimated cost of the project is $12 million at no match to the city, no cost to the city. And that's a pretty significant chunk of change when you think about it. Every city-owned street is $33 million to redo, and this one bridge is $12 million. So it's quite an investment in our community by the state of Illinois. And I know I'm excited to see it done so we don't have another closed bridge like we had in the past. So that's it, thank you. And our next meeting is tomorrow here at 6 p.m. in the East Annex.
Thank you very much, Alderman. Judiciary Committee.
Yes, Mayor. We met November the 17th, here at 7 p.m. Present were Alderman Hawley, Alderman Pools, Alderman Vieira, and Alderman Slattery. Alderman Pools was absent. The minutes were submitted in tonight's packet. The 2 notable things from the meeting that I want to let council know is, one is we're making changes to the handicap placard procedure. Currently, as it stands, if a resident wants to have a handicap signage placed in front of their home, the application gets submitted obviously to the alderman, and they review it, and it goes to the clerk's office, and then, I'm sorry, not the clerk's office, yes, the clerk's office, and then it comes to judiciary, and then from judiciary it comes to city council. So there can be a leeway of about 6 to 8 weeks for by the time this resident gets a sign up in their home, which is too long of a waiting period. So what we're changing is the application goes directly, gets filled out at the clerk's office, and they send someone out to review the application. If they have a driveway, do they have a attached garage? Look for those things, and if it passes, then it goes straight to city council. But when that application is submitted, the aldermen of that ward are informed, so they're aware of it. So it could speed up the process, from up to only, a week wait time. And, in these situations, obviously, someone requesting this, could be in a very ill state, and 6 weeks might be too long. So we just want to help out our seniors or anybody with a disability and speeding up the process. The other thing that was reviewed was Title VII, which is a traffic code, and obviously we're continuing to work with the codification and doing maintenance, updating it, removing things that don't apply. Some of the notable things on there was vehicle weight restrictions. A couple of requests from Alderman Holly with that. Motorized bikes, those are requested with Alderman Vieta. As it stands, which you would think that it's not allowed, but there's certain type of motorized bikes that could, are permissible use on the sidewalk. And applying these updates, that it's no longer, they can be fined, ticketed, arrested, and things of that nature. So we made those updates, and also the impound procedures we had to update according to state statute guidelines. So some of the changes, those are changes that we made from that meeting. I do have a couple of items for tonight's agenda for consideration. Let me flip through this.
Would you like me to read them?
I have it.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. The first thing is a motion to approve damage claim 2015-2427. I'd like to put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion, do you have a second by Alderman Johansson? Any questions? Any questions? No questions? Roll call.
Ostling.
Aye.
Ostling, aye. Pittman. Aye. Pittman, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Thompson.
Aye.
Thompson, aye. Johansson.
Aye.
Johansson, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Donahue.
Aye.
Donahue, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Slattery.
Aye.
Slattery, aye. 11 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is a motion to deny damage claim 2015-12247, 2015-12256, and 2015-12443. I'd like to put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion, do we have a second? By Alderman Bellato. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Ostling.
Aye.
Ostling, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Thompson.
Aye.
Thompson, aye. Johansson.
Aye.
Johansson, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Donahue.
Aye.
Donahue, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Slattery.
Aye.
Slattery, aye. 11 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And the next item, final item I have on the agenda for tonight is an ordinance amending certain chapters of Title VII of the Code of Ordinances for the City of Blue Island, County of Cook, Illinois. So I'd like to put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion, do we have a second by Alderman Viera? Any questions? Roll call, please.
Ostling.
Aye.
Ostling, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Thompson.
Aye.
Thompson, aye. Johansson.
Aye.
Johansson, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Donahue.
Aye.
Donahue, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Slattery.
Aye.
Slattery, aye. 11 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Anything else, Alderman?
Thank you. Our next meeting is next Tuesday, January 19th at 7 p.m. here in the East Annex. And I also do want to just mention another thing. I'm not sure if all aldermen are aware. I just wanted to thank all of the council members with the work, and our city clerk too, with a new form that we have available through the city clerk's office for our seniors. The senior water and trash reduced rates for our senior citizens. I want to thank everybody's work and the alderman that brought this up. I think this came about when we were updating our fee structure ordinance, and there was some questions with that, and there was a want, I would say, for to help our seniors and help them out with, now that obviously they're with fixed incomes and and to have this option available to them. So if you didn't know, they know that form is available through the clerk's office. I believe it's posted online.
Yes, it is.
But I just wanted to thank the judiciary members of the Judiciary Committee and all the council with their help with that, and obviously our city clerk. I think it's a very nice option to have it or to make available for our seniors here in Blue Island. So that's all I wanted to mention.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any aldermanic announcements or comments? Alderman, go ahead.
I just want to announce that the Mission Covenant Church is having their annual pancake breakfast this Saturday from 7 a.m. to noon.
Thank you very much. Anyone else? Alderman, go ahead.
I wanted to thank our Public Works and Water Department. I think they've done a tremendous job this past couple of weeks with the snow removal. I know we had a hit with like an ice storm over the weekend. I thought the streets were salted well, plowed well, and then again yesterday after the couple inches of snow we got, I think they did a tremendous job of keeping the streets clear and the walkways and getting our streets movable again. So thank you to them, Jim, and the whole crew over at Public Works.
We'll relay the message. Alderman, go ahead.
I agree with what Alderman Donahue said. I just have one question.
Yes.
The sidewalks on the 127th Street Bridge, I was under the impression that we had the equipment to clear those. They weren't cleared.
All right, we'll make sure. Go ahead, Alderman.
I just wanted to make a note that the equipment is there because I was concerned with the Western Bridge as well. But I think they couldn't do it because it was an ice storm. So by the time they were able to get to it the next day, it was all frozen from what I could see. I think that's, I'll let the Public Works give an official report on that, but I think that's
before a storm, where the storm is happening, to try to avoid that. But we'll try to address that issue. And now that we talked about that, let me mention this, and I brought this up before the holiday weekend that we had, Christmas and New Year's. We need everybody's help. And I mentioned this at the luncheon at the Salvation Army. The city can't do everything. So we need all the businesses of Blue Island and the residents to help and clean and shovel their sidewalks. And this I stress to the businesses in Blue Island. You got your patrons out there who are struggling. We have city workers that are out there cleaning the streets and trying to maintain the streets open and clear for the traffic, for emergency equipment, and ourselves, so we need their help. So, again, we're pleading to everyone, help out your neighbor, help out your local community, help out your local businesses, get out there and shovel when you need it. Any other comments? Alderman, go ahead.
The problem I have with those sidewalks is that people are walking in the streets.
Yes.
And it just amazes me that somebody hasn't been hit.
Okay. All right, we will address that. Thank you very much. Any other comments from the Alderman? We have no pending litigation, so I will need a motion for adjournment. Do I have a motion by Alderman Pittman? Do I have a second? By Alderman Hawley. All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? Ma'am?